A warm welcome to all of you. In today's video, I'll be showing you 8 ways to create colored horizontal lines in Microsoft Word. These line tips and tricks can make your office work and school project work look beautiful. So before we start, click on the subscribe button and press the bell icon for future updates. Now, the very first horizontal line trick is to use the paragraph fill color. See, this paragraph fill is available by going to the home tab and by clicking on this drop down. Okay, so this basically fills the entire paragraph, but we'll be using this as the horizontal line. So how? I'll show you. See, first let me show you how this works. See, in case if you click inside the paragraph and go to this option and select the color, it just highlights the entire paragraph. Now in case if you want to use this as the horizontal line, what should you do? See, first let me undo this. See, if you want a line after this paragraph, what you have to do is just click at the end of the paragraph, press the enter key to start a new paragraph, and then select the color from here. So you can choose any color you want, and then it technically applies the fill color to the entire paragraph, but since we are not going to type anything here, this will act as a horizontal line. So now the thing is, you will have to reduce the height of this line. So what you can do is you can just reduce the font size. See, if you want to still reduce, you can just click here and type the number you want, like 5, 4, like that. Okay, so you can keep the font height as the line height. Okay, so you can set the font height as per your requirement. Now here is another situation. Now please observe, now here this is the last paragraph, and I click the cursor here at the end and press the enter key. Now I will select the paragraph fill, okay, and then reduce the height also. Okay, let me say 5, 4 or something. Now when you hit the enter key, the paragraph fill also continues. So what you should do? So you should simply set no color after hitting the enter key, and then you should also increase the font size. Okay, so this way this starts a new paragraph, and also this way we can create the paragraph fill as a horizontal line. Okay, now let us have a look at the second line trick. The second line trick is to use the paragraph border. So this paragraph border option is also available on the home tab and by clicking on this borders drop down. So first thing is you will have to click inside the paragraph for which you want to apply the border, and then you can just go and click on this drop down and click on borders and shadings. So this option directly takes you to the borders. Okay, so here you can select the border that you want and then select the color that you want. Now if you click on the OK button, what this does is it applies the border to the entire paragraph. Now you will need to disable the border of the left side, right side and the top side of the paragraph. So again, let us go to this border and shading and then just turn off this. Okay, you can just click on these icons to turn off the borders. Okay, I did not click here. Okay, I have left this on. So this is bottom border. Okay, so I've just disabled the top, left and right, and then you can simply click on the OK button. So this way also you can create the colored horizontal line. Okay, now In case if you want to create a horizontal line here, okay, let us do it again. So this is the last paragraph, so we'll just go to this borders and shadings, and see, when you click borders and shadings from here, no, it directly takes you to the first tab, that is borders. So this particular option affects the paragraph only, okay. So you should not get confused. So if you go to the next tab, no, it is page border, it will be applied to the entire page. So you should make sure you're working on the first tab. So now let me do it again. I'll just select a border and a color for that, and I'll just click on the OK button. See, it's applied to the entire paragraph. Now let us remove the border for the top, left and right, and click on the OK button. So now the thing is, if you want to start a paragraph, new paragraph, and if you press the enter key, this border actually continues, okay. So now what is the workaround for this? See, the thing is, you'll have to take this cursor outside this paragraph. To do that, you can simply double click just below this line, okay, like this, double click. So this way you can take the cursor out of that paragraph and start a new paragraph, so that the line doesn't extend for the new paragraph, okay. Alright, now let us have a look at the third trick. The third trick is to use the horizontal line feature. To use this feature, you will have to place the cursor where you want the horizontal line. Now let me press the enter key and bring this cursor down, okay. Then I will go to this drop down and click on horizontal line. So this will insert a thin horizontal line. Once after this is inserted, you can just double click this to get more additional features. So here in this dialog box, you can select the line color, and then you can also increase the line height, and then click on the OK button. Then you can just click outside, click away from the line, or you can just double click below the line to bring the cursor below the line. Now the fourth method is to use the line shape, okay. So to insert the line, you can just go to insert, click on shapes and click on the line and draw a line. So while drawing the line, you should make sure that you hold the shift key so that the line is drawn straight. Now once after you draw this line, don't click away, keep it selected, and then go to the shape format, and then click on the shape outline and select the color of the line, and then again go to the shape outline and go to the weight if you want to increase the line weight, okay. You can again go to this shape outline option and then choose the dash style. So you can select the style that you want, just like this. You can select any style you want. You can also select the arrow style if you prefer. So you can select the arrow style from here like this. In case if you want more options, you can just click on the more arrows. So this opens the format shape dialog here, format shape panel on the right side. So here you get a lot of features, okay. So this way also you can insert horizontal lines, the colored horizontal lines. Okay, now let us go to the trick number 5. The trick number 5 is to use the table fill color to create the horizontal line. So to do this, first you will have to insert a table. So in this case, I'll be inserting a one row table, one row with many columns. So I can just go to the insert table, and then let me say 25, okay, 25 columns, and number of rows I'll just simply type 1, and let's see what happens. Okay, you can insert as many columns you want. So now the thing is, since the font size affects the row height, we will have to reduce the font size. So I'll just select the entire table by clicking on this grip. Okay, so I'll just go to the home tab and click here, type 5. Let us experiment 5. Okay, so 5 is enough, I think. So now we will insert more columns. So before you do that, you will also have to go to table layout and then click on cell margins and type 0 for all the margins here. Okay, for the top, bottom, left and right, you will have to type 0 and click on OK. Now just click in any of the columns here, okay, any of the cell, no problem, and then you can just click on insert right. Okay, this keeps inserting the columns. Okay, so once you are satisfied with the number of columns, you can start to fill the color for the table. Okay, so I'll just click inside the first column and then go to the table design and click on the shading and select the color that I want. So I'll just go to the next column and fill the next color. So you can also use the arrow keys to jump between the columns and then apply the shading. So I'll continue this process to get this kind of a color pattern. So now this is how it looks after filling the color for all the columns. So now in case if you want to remove the border, okay, you can also try the variation. So let me copy the table entirely and then paste the table, and for this pasted version I'll just remove the border. So I'll go to the table design, borders, and click on no border. So these are two different variations, okay, with border and without border. So in this case now we have used the table's fill color to create a border, I mean horizontal line like this. Okay, now let me show you the trick number 6. The trick number 6 is very simple. It is to use the table borders color. Okay, we will just create a table and apply border color for it and then create a horizontal line like this. Okay, here are few examples. Okay, so let me show you how I made this one. Okay, to create that I'll simply copy this table, okay, just we created before, and then paste it below. Then select the table and then go to table design, and I'll just set the shading to no color. Okay, this removes the color of the table. Now I will click on the borders. Sorry, before that let us set the pen color. Okay, you will have to set the pen color, that is the table border color. So I'll set the pen color and then I'll click on borders and then click on all borders. So now if you want a diagonal line like this, okay, you'll have to go to the borders again and click on the diagonal down border, and again go to the borders and click on diagonal up border. So this way also you can use the table and create a beautiful horizontal line. Okay, now let me show you how I created this kind of a table. Okay, so we will go to this page and I'll just go to insert tab, click on table, insert table, and for the columns I'll type 23 and for the rows I'll type 1 and then click on the OK. Now I'll just select the entire table and then apply a border color. Select a border color first and then go to borders and click on all borders. Next, you will have to go to the table layout and click on cell margins and select allow spacing between cells, and then here you can set 0.1 centimeter and click on OK. So this will allow spacing between the cells and the table will look something like this. So this way also you can create beautiful looking paragraph dividers or the section dividers. Okay, now let me show you the trick number 7. The trick number 7 is nothing but using the table shading feature. Okay, so I'll show you how I created these two. So let's go to this file and insert a table. So I'll just go to insert table, and this time I'll simply insert a one row by one column table. So here just I will type 1 for both rows and columns and click on OK. Now you have to keep your cursor inside the table and go to the table design tab, and then click on the borders and come to the last option, that is borders and shading, and click on that. Now here go to the last tab, that is the shading tab, and here you can select the pattern style here from this drop down. Just scroll down like this and then select the design pattern that you want, and then click the drop down below that and select the color that you want. So you can select any color, and then before clicking OK, make sure here the table is selected in this drop down and click on OK. Now if you want to keep the outer border, you can keep it, or you can remove it, or you can set the same color same color as the shading. Okay, so if you want to remove it, you can remove it from here. Okay, you can click on the outside border, so this will remove the border for that. So let me show you one more time. I'll just go to insert table and one by one table and go to the borders and shading, and select the pattern. So you can select the pattern that you want, and then select the pattern color and click on the OK. Then you can remove the outer border. Okay, you can just go here, click on the outside border. So this way also you can use the table shading to create dividers. So you can call this as dividers or horizontal line. So you can reduce the height if you want. Alright, now the last trick, that is the 8th one, is to use the shape and create the horizontal lines. Here are few examples. Okay, so the shape in the sense, basically usually you can use the rectangle like shape. Okay, so go to the insert tab, click on shapes and take the rectangle tool and then create a rectangle first. Okay, once after you create the rectangle, you can select the shape fill for it. Okay, you can use the shape fill. You can also go to the gradient fill, and you can also apply the texture fill. Okay, you can remove the shape outline if you want. Then once after you apply all of this, you can just go to align and click on align center. This will align the shape within the margins. Now the thing is, if you want to get more options, you can go to this texture and click on more textures. So this will bring the format shape panel here. Okay, and here you have an option called pattern. So you can just click on the pattern and select the pattern that you want. Okay, So you can select a fill color for the pattern as well. So this way also you can create horizontal lines. Now there are few variations you can try, like you can adjust the height, you can also change the shape. So you can just go to this edit shape, change shape, and select some shapes like this. Okay, so these creates some variations. So let's try that again. Go to shape, format, edit shape, change shape, and let me try this one. Okay, let us try one more time. Let's go to shape, format, edit shape, change shape, and this time let me select an arrow like this. Okay, so let me now apply a single shape fill so that you can see the changes. Let me do it for this as well. So generally when we talk about horizontal lines, we use them as paragraph or section dividers. The divider can be thick or thin. For office works, thin borders or slightly thick borders would look professional. But for school project works, colorful and thick designs would be more creative. I hope you learned some new MS Word tricks. So please like and comment. I will see you in next video. Goodbye and stay safe.